another weekly preview is AK47 over at TradeCaster.com and Prime Trading Investments. Come over for those one-on-ones, any help you might need, streaming live, etc. And it's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to every mother out there. Sunday, May the 12th. So every mother, whether you have dogs, cats, birds, or you have, of course, human kids, have a great, beautiful, food-filled day. And gentlemen, take care of your wives, your moms, right? Even if, again, it may not be kids, true humans, but just some dogs or cats, birds, turtles, whatever. All right, let's get into it. Weekly preview, May 13th through the 17th. And what I've been seeing for months on end and how to short these small cap plays in pre-market. Let's get to it. SGBX. When these plays race right on up and that VWAP catches a play, look at the short every single time. I even got SGBX before it blew up 2 days in a row a couple weeks ago. I think it was 2 days in a row. But right here, goes up from 275 up to 450. Immediately cracks the VWAP on down for a good 40, 50 cent short. And then I think there was another, yes, the day before. Went straight up to 460 from about the same, right on down. And then eventually, after that round one happens, you then just wait for the trend line crack below the VWAP for the short, right? The next day, trend line crack, then the shelf crack, which is support area right here, a channel consolidation area. And then we crack the VWAP on down. Let's go to other plays. Look how easy this is. TAOP from a few days ago. Look at this. Up, VWAP catches it, cracks it, on down it goes. HCTI. These are on the same exact day from a couple of weeks ago, or about a week ago now. Trend line crack, VWAP crack, buy. Immediately out of the gate, the VWAP catches it right on down. So short one always is when the VWAP catches it, when the VWAP cracks, or you crack the VWAP, go for the short. If we somehow reclaim, wait for a trend or a shelf to break, or form I should say, then crack, and then whammy, we're off to the races on the downside. HSDT, where's another one here? All these ones I've got. HSDT, here's another one. HSDT right here. Still got the trend line in, right? We didn't crack the VWAP right away, just barely waited for that trend to form below the VWAP, on down we go. Now some of these plays may end up running a little bit, right? Like GHTX. This one ran a couple of days ago on Thursday. So we come out of nowhere. What do we wait for? The trend line, the support consolidation, shelf to crack, the VWAP cracks, enter the Thanos crossover, which is under the 9 EMA and under the MAC, or the MACD goes bearish. But every single time, with the most recent one being SGBX right here on Friday. Very, very easy play and easy to see. Up, cracks the VWAP, and on down we go. Now, if you have any questions about that, hit me up, DM me. But it's pretty easy, as you can tell. We spike up a good $1 or $2, maybe even $3. When that VWAP races right away with it, the VWAP goes from $4.50 all the way up to $6 like that. With the play, as soon as that cracks, every single time short it. Now to large cap plays here and what we're looking for. Let's go to that beautiful time frame, which will be my next lesson I will be giving here. What time frames to be using and charting, and how do I break down charting. So right now we're up and away. So let's go to the bottom side first, because we know we can use this charting down here. Back under this 419, 50, 60 mark will be key, as we came right down to it toward the end of the day there on Friday. So underneath that mark right there of around 419.50, we could see a nice pullback down to last Tuesday's high of day. And then we're working our way down to Wednesday's high of day, and then the low of day from Tuesday and Wednesday, right? So anywhere from 518.50, then down to around 517.75, then down to around 516 will be your support. I think next week that could happen even in a day, with our way moving down to 5, all the way, in my opinion, down to 513. So this little area right here is where we start having to zoom into next, and then using under 516, 515.65, 514, we'll call it 515, below that to 514. Then below that, we're making our way down to 512. I would say our low for the week, if we can crack this uptrend that we're currently on right now, which we're basing off of it on Friday, watch for that trend crack. And if we don't regain that trend, we could find our way down to 511, 512 this week, in my opinion. Now on the way back on up, watch for a push over, and we are right there at all-time highs, which is right here, 525.84. Now that's in after hours or pre-market. In market, if I'm not mistaken, is 524.61. So essentially 525-ish is your all-time highs. With a move up on Friday, we almost hit that, right? So watch for a pop over 521 to 522.50-ish, we'll call it. Over that, watch for a move to 523.50 into that 524, we'll just call it 525 area. I think 525 would be your normal high of the week, your ultimate high of the week. We will make new highs and watch for a pop up possibly to 527.50. Now we do have NVDA earnings next week, not this coming week, so we may get that all-time high when NVDA reports its earning. It may not be this week. For Apple here, we are in a channel. Your normal high of the week, watch for a pop back up to 185. That's some strong resistance, and over that to 187. That is going to be my normal high of the week, 185 to 187. Your ultimate high of the week, maybe we don't wait for NVDA earnings for this place to, or for these plays to go up, and all-time highs could be created this week over that 187 mark. So you can go back here in time. Oh, my bad. Okay, my bad. Not all-time highs. Not all-time highs. What am I thinking, John? I know we just hit them, though, earlier this year, if I'm not mistaken. Even back into 21, 22. This is all-time highs that we just created here recently. So I think what we ultimately would do over that 187 mark, which we're in that channel, as you can see right there, maybe we pop to 190. Maybe we get to 190. And for the bottom side, pretty much the same thing. If my normal high is 185 to 187, my normal low will be this 180 mark. Under 182, watch that move down to 180.50, then down to about 180.50, 180. Under 180.50, we have a lot of room to run. Now, if you go to charting, you don't have as much room to run, as you can see here, but I do think we could easily get down to about 179.25. So your ultimate is, we'll go through this, your normal low of the week is going to be at 185 or 180.50 to 180. Your ultimate low of the week is going to take it down to this 179 mark. Below that, down to right here at 178.35. And below that, possibly to 176.50. Ultimate high or low of the week, ultimate low of the week, 170. We'll call it 176.50 to 178. Over to AMD here in a super duper channel here. As you can tell, with no reason to really get out of what we've seen here recently. Back under 151 for the move down through 150 to 149. Under 149, watch for move down to right here of around 147.50. Then below that's a 146.75, 147-ish area. Underneath that, I think we could go down even more for your normal low of the week, although we've been a little choppier. Last week, we set in a channel for $8. I think we could move a total of about $8 down, but that would be your ultimate low of the week, taking it down to 141 to 142, with your normal low of the week being right around the 145 mark. For your move back on up, we've got to get back over this 152.50 mark, and then over that to 153, over that to 154, and then up to 156. 156 to 157.50, normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week, if we could skedaddle here and break out of this downtrend and overall channel to the right, watch for a move up to 159, potentially 160. About 8, 9, 10 up or down at most for AMD this week. ARM, after a bad earning, at least down with earnings, back on up we come, filled that play back on up. And so back over 110 here, we're going to work our way back up, in my opinion, to where? 120. 116 will be my normal high of the week, with your ultimate high of the week popping it back up to 120. For your low of the week, watch for a move back under this 107.50 mark down to 106. And that 105.50 to 106 will be good support. If we crack that, should be a good move down to 104. 104, normal low of the week. Ultimate low of the week, then taking it down to around this 103.25 mark, then down to around 101.50. I don't think we'll get lower than 100 this week. 100 to 101.50 with your ultimate low of the week. Over to Google, channeled up, channeled out, if you know what I'm talking about. Normal high of the week, 174 to 175. Normal low of the week, somewhere right around this 165 area. If we break or crack those areas, over 173, 175. Watch for a move up to 177.25. I don't think we'll get higher than that, though, this week. I think it would come with NVDA and earnings next week, and we see all the way possibly back up to 183. Your ultimate low of the week back under 164, 65 area would be the move back down to 161 for ultimate low of the week. Let's go over to Meta here. Meta broke that daily uptrend that we've had for about a week or so, week and a half on Friday. Now, do we continue in the trend and form a new trend, I guess I really should say, out to the right? Or do we crack and come down more and get a little archy here? On the way down, under really 470 is going to be key, down to about 465. If we crack that, we're down to around 463 to around 460. That'll be my normal low of the week, 460-ish area to 465. Or we'll call it 462.50. 462.50 to 460, normal low of the week. Your ultimate low of the week will have a big continuation on down, kind of like we had up. making our way back down to the 450, somewhere between 450 to 455 for your ultimate low of the week. For your move back on up, do we fill the gap back to where we came from? It could easily happen. We did it on Netflix. We've done it on some of these other plays. I did it on ARM right away. Over 480 and reclaiming the trend line is going to be key for the move up to around right there, 485. Over that to 488. We'll go 488 to 491-ish area, 492 with your normal high of the week, with your ultimate high of the week going all the way back up to 500 or close to it. Microsoft here, definitely channeled out as well. Over 415 is going to be key for the move up to 417, and then the move up to 418, 75, 419 area, then to 420. That'll be my normal high of the week. I say we could break up out of that and we could run because we're so close to it. Your ultimate high of the week would take it back up to 424 or so. For the short city limits, watch for a crack back under 412 and 411. That's what we'll call it 412. 412-ish area. For the move down to around, we'll get in a little tighter so you can see what I'm looking at. Down to 411, 410.70 area. 410.70 is heavy. Under 410.70, then a nice double right here at 409. Under 409, watch for a move down to around 408, possibly to 406.75. 408 to 406.75, normal low of the week. Ultimate low of the week would then take it back down potentially to 405 area. And below 405, this could see 403.50. Over to Netflix now, up and away, and another one of those ones that have come back from earnings. As you can go back here to the hour, as you can see here, the hourly, make it go back all the way back a little bit more into April when we first started getting earnings. This went from 640 all the way down to 550, and now it's made its back up, right? So, where are we going, down or up? 605's key. Under the 605 mark is going to be key. Under 605 down to 600, under 600 down to this 497.50 mark. Under 497 down to 491.50 to 490. That'll be my normal low of the week, with my ultimate low of the week taking it back down to 580. For your move up, 615 is going to be key up to 617.18 area. Over that, then you're moving through 620 to 624. 624 normal high of the week, and we kind of channel up at the top. Ultimate high of the week would go over 624 up to 630. NVDA, just over a week out from earnings. Do we get flat this week? And I think we probably do, and kind of sit somewhere in this area for the week. Main thing for Monday and the next few days, as of right now, we got to get under for shorts to 892.13 area. Under that mark, we've got a lot of support from 883 to 887. Under that, we will see a nice good crack back to around 875. That'll be my normal low of the week. Ultimate low of the week would crack it back down to 860, maybe even the 850s. For your move back on up, watch for this massive resistance. We've had 3 days in a row at 910 to 915, and a move over that possibly to 920. So we have 910 to 915 resistance, the 917.18, and then 920 to 922. That is going to be my normal high of the week, right around 920 to 922. Your ultimate high of the week, maybe a lead in to the earnings. We go crazy. Watch for a move up to 940 and maybe a little higher than that. Over to the Qs. Really, again, another channel-based play. Watch under this 440.50 and 440 for a move down to 438.50. Under that down to 438. We have been a channel over the last week. We could still channel, so my normal low of the week will be 437.50 to 438. Your ultimate low of the week would then take it down to 436. Below that down to around 435. Possibly a good sell-off could come for a move down to 433. For your move up, as you can see here, not a lot of charting I can go back to, at least in the last 15 days. So over this 442 mark, 442.50, should see 443 and 444.30. Over that, we will then start getting back into highs from earlier this year that we've made over the last little bit here. As you can see, 52-week high, and that could be, even if I'm not mistaken, all-time highs on QQQ, and it is. So back here, over that 444.50 mark, watch for a move up, and I'll say that'll be my normal high of the week, is what we created on Friday. We could channel up, and I'll say right around there's your normal high of the week. Your ultimate high of the week would take it through 445, close to 447.50 to 448.50. Over to SMCI. Again, another one of these that I'm just waiting for that day to really take off. I thought it was going to happen on Friday. It did go up good and then down good, but now we're stuck in this channel. So I'll say back under 793 is going to be key. I just don't think SMCI channels for another week as big as it is. Watch for the crack of 793 for the move down to 772. Under that down to 765 and below that down to 750, 45 area for your normal low of the week, with your ultimate low of the week taking it down to 700. Your move up, watch over 800 to 810. Over that to 815. Over that, as you can tell, 825-ish to 830, pretty prime resistance. And then over that to 840. 840 normal high of the week with your ultimate high of the week, pushing it back up to 860 and over that to 875. I don't think we'll see 900. I think that pop and over 900 comes when NVDA earnings comes out, but it wouldn't be out of the question. And last but not least here, Tesla. Finally, another sell-off coming in after that pop up, and here we come down again with a lot of room to run down under this 167 mark. As you can see here, then we have room to run down into these areas. So under 167, down to 166.50, which will be prime support, then down to 162.50. Under that, down to 157, 75 to 158. That'll be my normal low of the week, with my ultimate low of the week and a crazy sell-off for a move down to 145 area. For your move up on Tesla, watch for a move back over 170. 170 is going to be key for a move back up to about 170, 150 area. Over that for a move up to 173, 50, 74 area. Then through 175 to about 176 for my normal high of the week. Over 176, watch for a move to 178, possibly 178.75 for your ultimate high of the week. No real big earnings this week. Just have NVDA week after next. Know what to look for in small caps pretty much day in, day out in the pre-market into the opening bell. Then wait for setups. And large caps, it's make or break coming up soon. We either go to all-time highs or we start having another little bit of a pullback back down to 500. See you next week. Happy Mother's Day. AK signing off.